What is up, guys? Welcome back to part 3 of Failed Visual Novel. So, these slides which I do not understand, which will be helpful if you guys could help me out with. What is this 2/1 2 over 1 mean? Because we had 31 slides before now, so all of a sudden 2 over 1. I'm not sure how that works, and as you guys know, this is my first visual novel. So if you guys are new, welcome to a memory actions. We do this weekly. We try to do this weekly. I already missed it, so I will make it up to you guys by doing this at least 1.5 an hour today. So let's go and get this started. So alright, the Holy Grail War. Okay, we're gonna get like the rules and regulations. Should I get my pen and papers? It is a great ritual which has been practiced for hundreds of years. If one enters the rituals, one must eliminate the other 6, as it is a battle for one's life. I don't know when the Holy Grail War began. It is said the Holy Grail War is in the land of Fuyuki, and that many Magi have fought each other here in the past. They had only one purpose: to obtain the noble phantoms called the Holy Grail War. So Holy Grail War is technically a noble phantom. Huh. I don't know if they mentioned that in the anime. Probably I missed it, but if they didn't, that's new. But for me, it's at least new. But the origin of the Holy Grail is unknown. It's certain that it never received the blood of God. It's certain that it never received the blood of God, but its power matches that of the one in the legend. Okay, yes. It is said the Holy Grail can grant any wish. Only one has the right to possess it. The Holy Grail can only grant one wish for one person, but 7 Magi are needed to summon the Holy Grail in this land. One miracle, 7 collaborators. Well, the point is, it was only a matter of time before a fight broke out over the Holy Grail. Greedy humans. It doesn't say that. It began like an ordinary fight over resources. The 7 Magi used the power of Holy Grail equally to each summon a family and a servant to battle the other Magi. Only one Magus will obtain the Holy Grail, and so each of them treated the other 6, once allies, now as enemies, and a gruesome fight began. This is the ritual called the Holy Grail War, a competition between Magi for the Holy Grail. The Magi chosen by the Holy Grail are called Masters, and each Masters receive a powerful familiar called Servant by the grace of Holy Grail. Okay, that was fast. There are 2 proofs that one is a master. Okay, there's 2 proofs. Summoning a servant and making it obey. That's 1. And obtaining the 3 command spell that can order the servants. Summoning a servant and making it obey. That also can be a qualification as a master. The first goes without saying. Yeah. Yesterday, no, a few hours ago to be exact, I summoned Archie to be my servant. That leaves only the second. I must protect to the end this command spell that binds the servant. For a master, this is probably the most important thing of all. The pattern inscribed on my right hand after summoning Archie, this is command spell. This holy sign guaranteed by the Holy Grail is the proof of a master who has summoned a servant. This holy sign granted by the Holy Grail is the proof of a master who has summoned a servant. The mark concentrated magical energy is an instantaneous thing and not an internal one. Okay. It is consumed by use and the appearance suggests it has one use for each strike. Okay, 1 second. Alright, I was testing the key button and I also had to see something again. It is consumed by use and its appearance suggests it has one use for each strike. In other words, only 3 times. So you can see, like, for example, the outer ring has a glow, and in that ring there's only one glow. I guess like a one glow is per command spell, because yeah. Anyway, there's only 3 lines. A master who uses all 3 command spells will be unable to control their servant and faces death. They don't die straight away though, just because they lost their command spell. So the command spell must be guarded as closely as one's life. It hurts my head to think that I used one right at the start, but it wasn't completely meaningless, so I will call it good. Well, yeah, it didn't, it wasn't that effective, but it's effective to a certain level. Because it's not unusual for servants to go against their masters. I am fortunate to have been able to chain him using one command spell. Okay, we're back in the story. Well, that's the gist of it. The Holy Grail War will start when the second servants are all summoned. I can't just sleep in. I don't know when the last master will appear, but it should be soon. Okay, back to the actual scenes, people. I'm so tired. Looking out of the window dazzled, I noticed the sun's already way up. Glancing at the clock, I confirmed to myself I would be skipping school today. Oh damn, okay. Oh, okay, so she had the fatigue from summoning. I sit up in bed and take a deep breath. I'm not tired just because I'm not a morning person. I'm not tired just because I'm not a morning person. Like Archer said, a master who has just summoned their servant cannot function satisfactorily. That disappointment. I can't remember clearly. Well, it's not something I want to remember, but even if I don't like it, there is no second chance. Just driving. I slowly climb out of bed. I fight a bit against the unseasonable warm air and my desire to stay wrapped up in my blanket. I feel that every single day. I knocked out the desire to go back to sleep in the third second of the match and checked myself in the mirror. So she knocked out the desire to go back to sleep in the third second of the match. Okay. Which I don't do. I go right back into it. And then before you know it, it's midday. Next. Nothing obviously wrong except for the fact that I have only about half the usual magical energy in my body. Everything is up to par. For now, I want to check the situation. The servant I summon is Archer. He's rude guy with no manners to spare for his summoners and master. And on top of that, he doesn't know who he is. Oh yeah, that is true. Oh, I'm getting a headache already. Okay, I think she is thinking that her situation is not good.
あいつの記憶が戻るまでキリッとは入院か。思い出せないんじゃ使いようがないしね。
So Archie can't use his noble fighter until he remembers. That's interesting. Servants are powerful family on their own, but what makes them the most powerful is the fact that they all have one powerful secret move. The problem is Archie says he can't remember what it. Oh, okay.
まあ火はこっちにもあるし、なんとかやっていくしかないか。
Because he did an apparently incomplete summoning. Yeah, that's right. As this is how things ended up, we are both on the same boat. I hope he sorts out his memories soon, but with the way he's acting right now, who knows when that will be. Honestly, looks like we've got a lot of problems ahead. True, very true. Okay.
あ、見直したかもこれ。
Oh yeah, he fixed the hall because he destroyed it last night by summoning. The living room is just the way it was. I only expected him to clear up the rubble, so I moved that he went this far. He must have felt bad about making such a mess of the living room, or he wouldn't have done this. I should call him admirable, or maybe just a nice guy. I take it back. The shame his attitude, he doesn't deserve any praise at all.
そういうあんたは随分とリラックスしてるようね。今を好き勝手使ってくれちゃってさ。
一晩過ごした部屋だからな。どこに何があるか把握したよ。ついでだから厨房も片付けておいた。もう少し荒れているかと思ったが、なかなか気の行き届いた厨房だ。一人暮らしの洋館にしては上等だ。
Okay. They're both impressed about their master and seems like happy with each other. I'm getting a headache. Why is my servant checking my cleanliness? Cleanliness. They say servant think only of battle. Think only of battles. So maybe this guy is broken some. Okay. Does it normally it's the sleep make your fatigue goes away, doesn't it? Well, that's how it works for me. So at home in a stranger's house, Archie takes out a new teacup without a moment's confusion and pours a fine rose-colored tea. There are all sorts of things I want to say, but I surprisingly don't feel like interrupting you. Every aspect of his motion is refined, and you could even say he is being considerate.
まあいいけど、疲れてるのは事実だし、飲む。
I will have a drink. I take a seat. He hands me the teacup silently, and I take a sip. Oh, it's good. Of course, it's an exotic Chinese tea. It's the best part of my favorite leaf. So I would get mad if it tasted bad. In fact, I get mad when someone uses one of my favorites without permission. Yes, I would get mad, but when it's brewed so wonderfully, I'm too happy to complain. I think they would get mad if they use it and use it for themselves. That's when probably they'll get more mad. Okay, what is he smirking about?
ちょっと、何笑ってるのよあんた。
Yeah, I know, right?
何感想が聞きたかったんだ。 その顔では聞くまでもないと思っただけだ。
Corky. See his pistol. Down. Okay. I slapped the cup down on the table. Onto the table.
熱いうちに味わった方がいいぞ。私が気に障るなら消えている。
Archer's Corky at the same time. He's a nice guy.
ごちそうさま。結構よ。私は茶坊主が欲しくてマスターになったわけじゃないわ。あなたもね、頼みもしないことをする必要はないわよ。
Wow, he's making sure this is master servant situation.
確かに私も茶坊主になって後片付けをするために契約したわけだ。君がそういうのならばこれから気をつける。
I am pretty sure that's not how they want it, but he's just denying it.
私が求めているのは戦力としての使いのよ。家事をこなすサーバントなんて聞いたことがないし、する必要も特にないわ。
Okay.
特にはないとはどういう意味かな。
好きなようにとって結構よ。それより、あなた自分の正体を思い出せた？
Nah, not yet. Archer shakes his head. Just as I thought, it's bad. If you can't remember it after one night, it's not going to come back easily, even if you test what you think today. This is still. Okay, this is still a promise.
おいおい対策を考えておく。じゃあ出かける支度をしてハーちゃん。召喚されたばかりで勝手もわからないでしょ。街を案内してあげるから。
They come with like a map inside their head when they summoned.
出かける支度？いや、そんな必要はないだろう。出るのならばすぐに出られるから。
That is true. I mean,
あのね、そんな格好で出歩くつもり？どう見ても普通じゃないし、他のマスターが見たら
well, he can.
サーバントがわかるじゃない。
I'm pretty sure he knows this.
私、自分から私はマスターですなんて言いふらす気はないんだけど。
ああ、そういうことか。それも問題はない。確かに着替える必要はあるが、それは実体化している時だからね。サーバントはもともと霊体だ。非戦闘時には霊体になってマスターにかける負担を減らす。
ああ、そっか。召喚されたって英霊は英霊だものね。霊体に肉体を与えるのはマスターの魔力なんだから、私が魔力提供をカットすれば。
Okay.
死者、我々の霊体に戻る。そうなったサーバントは守護霊のようなものだ。レイラインで繋がっているマスター以外には観測されない。
Well,
もっとも会話程度ができるから偵察ならばしょうがない。
あ、便利。それじゃあ本当に他のマスターを探し出すのって難しいんだ。
okay, so you didn't know that.
魔術師は魔術師を知覚できる。
Oh, okay.
それと同じでサーバントもサーバント。
So it's basically you can say the servants are there. If the other servant sensing him, he should be able to sense him. So
優
it's
れた魔術を示
it
す
doesn't give disadvantage for any of them.
道さえ話せる。
Just as Archer says, a master is usually a great magus. A magus with a strong magical energy is sensitive to other magical energy. But as far as I know, no one in the town has magical energy that strong.
で、あんたはどうなの？他のサーバントの位置。
I don't think he can just say where the other servants are.
マスター、私のクラスは何か忘れたのか。遠く離れた敵の位置を探るなど騎士あまりにできるもの。
But I guess not. Archer magical energy isn't that strong. I expect only the servant caster would have enough magical energy to locate enemies from a distance. I guess our caster is good at sensing stuff from the distance.
わかったわ。じゃあとりあえず後についてきて、ハンちゃん。あなたの呼び出された世界を見せてあげる。
そう目新しいものではなさそうだな。 それよりマスター、君大切なことを忘れていないか。
What is?
え、大切なことって何？
君まだ本調子ではないぞ。契約において最も重要な交換を私たちはまだしていない。
What is?
契約において最も重要。
Include exchange? I don't think so. No, fundamentally, the reward for a servant is to participate in the Holy Grail War. There shouldn't be any more exchange necessary. Archer says so in surprise. Listening to his sarcastic comment, I realized something. Come to think of it, he hasn't addressed me by my. Oh wait, they haven't shared their name yet. Okay.
しまった。名前。
思い当たったか。まあ、今からでも遅くはないさ。それでまず君の名前は？
君の名前は? Archer asks sulkily. Damn it, he's a good person. Yes, there is no mistake. After all, there's no meaning to exchanging name. Servants and master have relationships forced upon them by a command. For a contract with the normal family, the exchange of name has a great deal of meaning. But no such a bond is needed between the master and servant. But still, Archer calls it important. It's a proof of trust that we shall be fighting alongside each other even without the command spell.
私、遠坂凛よ。あなたの好きなように呼んでいいわ。
Okay, so she's starting to trust him. I answered bluntly, unable to be true to my feeling. Well, actually, it would be probably easier for me to be trusted in a reserved manner like you or master, and he would probably call me that. But that said, Archer mutters my name to himself, and he smiles.
この響きは実に君に似合っている。
Secretly blushing. He says something outrageous. Outrageous. Blushing for me.
どうした？何か顔色がおかしいが。
うるさい。いいからさっさと行くわよ、あーちゃん。とにかくのんびりしてる暇なんてないんだから。
You can see whenever she blushes, this is how she talks. I turn away and start walking. I'm vexed. I don't know why, but I am. Did Archer say that just to make me feel this way? It's possible. Yes, that much yes. So my face getting hot and my heart pounding, they are all part of his plan. Be careful, Rin. You are going to have a word with this crooked guy from now on. Okay, we are back on the street. I called with Archer. The city we live in, Fuyuki City, can be basically divided into two towns. Here's the place with the old house and traditional buildings in Miyama City. On the other side of the river is Shinju, where the modern development is happening. My house is in the older section, Miyama City. Miyama City is separated into two sections as well. Okay. This one is section the Western style houses where immigrants from foreign countries live. And on the other side, area Japan style houses with mountain behind it. So that's where Shiro is. Both sections are on top of hills, so you could say both are suburbs. Okay. The houses in between these two sections are relatively ordinary. Oh, okay. But as a demonstration, What we gonna get to see this? They are disordinary. Okay, we see this in the anime pre-show. This is a crossroad of Miyama City and the hill leading to the Western style house like mine. But on the opposite side, a hill leads to the Japanese style house. A bridge leads to the neighboring town Shinto and the other way leads to the school, shopping district and even a temple up on the mountain. Okay, so we have like a four-way course. One of them lead to Western, one of them lead to Japanese style, one of them lead to school, and this is the large bridge connecting Shinto and Miyama City. A few years ago, big stations were built over that side, and it has grown rapidly since then. Even though Miyama City and Shinto are in the same city, you can think of them as a total different places. Okay, this is where Archer and Shiro and Saber had their talk. The city's name is Fuyuki, or winter tree, supposedly come from the fact that winters are long here. Oh, okay. Thinking about it, this place certainly has a long winter. In contrast, though, it is quite warm here, and February here is about as warm as December everywhere else. Here, and February here is about warm as December everywhere else. Oh, okay. I bet a few hot springs would turn up if you went digging around. Probably. Then again, this half-hearted cold one would make the city a poor hot spring resort. Fuyuki City has a friendly winter and a strange climate that enters springs in April with no changes. Shinto is more like this, okay, it's like a forest. The rapidly developing town started to build tall building as if rushed by something, and as a result it looks very artificial. Though that only in the last 10 years. From what I hear, the big fire here 10 years ago pretty much burned down the whole residential district. These buildings were constructed on the land no one lived on anymore. Oh, okay. So that's thanks to the previous Grail War, and this is the center of it.
これで主だったところを歩いて回ったわけだけど、感想は？
Oscar was standing next to me. I can't see him, of course.
いい公園だな。だとでも人気がないのは何か理由でもある。
This is where
まあ、ここはちょっとした曰くがあるから。
I looked around the park. The park is big and organized, should be a playground for kids even on weekdays. But there are only few people here and a desolate feeling runs through the place.
10年前の話よ。この辺り一帯で大きな火事があったんだって。火は一日燃え続けて、雨が降り出した頃に消えたんだとか。その後町は復興したけど、ここだけはそのままなの。
This place was left as it was.
焼け野原になって何もなくなったから公園にしたらしいわ。
I'm surprised like the grass and everything grow after the land has been burnt, but again, some modern technology they can probably able to do it. Archer says nothing, but even though I can't see him, I can tell he is feeling something special. Oh, I bet he is.
気づいたみたいね。そうよ。ここが前回の聖杯戦争決着の地。私も事情は知らないけど、前回の聖杯戦争はここで終結して。
I'm pretty sure he didn't feel that because of that. He felt it because of different things.
それでこんなにも
So many countries.
わかるのそういうの。
サーバントというのは霊体だ。そのあり方は女、モーションレス体。故に同じ無念には敏感なのさ。街中でも濃い場所はあるが、ここは別格だ。我らから見れば固有結界のそれ。
Oh damn. Okay, I guess he can sense that too. Archer brings up an unusual term in motionless voice. Okay, unusual term. So she don't know about. Okay, reality map. One of the magical considered the pinnacle of magie, said to be infinitely close to sorcery. For hundreds of years, a boundary field has been defensive field that protects magics. Put simply, it's a version of a security system on a house. A boundary field is something that applies to an existing area or building to protect one from the outside enemies, but it is merely a transformation applied to what already exists. But a reality model is different. A reality model is an image that erodes reality. The image world of Magus, a boundary field that paints over reality by letting a Magus heart take form. That is what we call a reality model. In other words, it's large-ranged magic that distorts no remark, remakes the world as the Magus wishes.
リン、どうした？考え事か？
What are you thinking?
おう、ちょっと意外だったから。
What's it was about? Okay.
固有結界だなんて、アーチャーのくせに珍しい言葉を知ってるねって。
Oh.
知っていてはおかしいか？
Oh, is it going to be strange when he uses it?
そうじゃない。固有結界っていうのは魔術師にとっては禁忌中の禁忌。奥義の中
Oh,
の
okay.
アーチャーであるあなたが知ってるなんて
So
知ってる
in
の？
alive, like human world or Maggie world, they can't use reality marble as taboo. Isn't that right? I asked with my expression. And then I sense him slightly sighing heavily next to me.
リン、英雄とは剣術、魔術に長けたものを指す。アーチャーだからといって弓しか使えないと思うのは勝手だが、私以外のサーバントにそんな楽観は持たないのか。
Come to think of it, he's right.
分かったわよ。今のは軽率な発言だったな。次からは気をつけるからこれでいいでしょ？
I will be careful from now on, so it's okay, right?
ズバリ言おう。君は優秀だが、それゆえに他人を過小評価する欠点がある。成人するまでには強制したまえ。
Okay. Archie giving advice to me. You.
勝手に失礼なこと言うわね、あんた。
Okay, let me correct that. Not just when she is blushing, also when she is frustrated, she speaks like that. Reform? That's like training bad habit out of a horse. You can take it that way if you want. It's just he's saying change yourself a little bit.
別にリンがジャジャ馬だと言ったわけではない。単にイメージ通りの表現を使っただけというか。
What kind of image is he imagining?
なおさら
Alright guys, sorry about that pause. So let's continue with it. So hey, that's even worse. Ouch. My right arm sounding hurts. Okay, why does that right arm sounding hurts? That's interesting. Yeah.
ちょっと黙って。
Be quiet for a second, Archer. The command spell engraved on my right arm is hurting. This morning and as if it took in my attention. Oh, okay. I extend my concentration to the surrounding. I roll out the thread of my concentration and search throughout the park.
私は助けられない。
It has to be its servant, right? So Archie should be able to find him.
あなたは
難しい。私には視線すら感じられる。
Oh, okay.
見てるのはマスターね。
Oh, damn. And who's on the park? I don't know who it is, but if Archer can't sense it, it has to be a master. There aren't 7 of us yet, but if we wanted to, we could start the fighting at any time. Fight at any time. It seems the one watching us wanted to
レージ
battle,
の意
but
志に反応する。マスターであるのか、誰がマスターであるかは出会えば感じられるということか。だがそれならリンにも相手が識別できるのではないか。
well, that's the theory, but it's not working that way.
けど方位の術者なら自分の
Oh,
体
okay.
に隠し通せる。いくら霊樹同士が反応するって言っても、その霊樹だって魔力で発動するものよ。
厄介だな。ではこちらはいいように位置を知らせている。
Why can't Flynn conceal her energy?
でしょうね。まあ私だって家探しすれば魔力殺しぐらいは見つかるだろうけど。
Oh, okay, so she need to find one of those jewels.
必要ないと。
そう。
Because I don't find
向
it.
こうからやってきてくれるでしょ。
It says the trouble going to find them. Family. Archer takes deep but then goes quiet as if he is shocked.
何も自信過剰はいけないって言いたいの？
Pretty sure that's probably what he's trying to say. I asked, remember our previous conversation? But Archie just says that's impossible.
君はそのままが一番強い。小物には付きまとわせてやるがよかろう。
Oh, damn. Okay, Archer supporting her trial. He says trying to hold back his love. Oh, okay, he's mocking her. Alright, where are we moving to? Oh, to the city. The new city. Well, it's not like I like his response, but we decide to continue walking around the town. Did the stars stop? We toured the important places, really dragging our observer around and have dinner along the way and bring things to a conclusion. We've been walking a lot and now it's now 7. At this time of the night, our destination should give us the best view. Okay, so they're gonna go to the top. Yeah, there we go. An archer. He's good with his eye, right? A strong wind. The tallest building in Shinto. The view from the rooftop of this building is fitting end for this day.
どう？ここなら見通しがいいでしょ、あーちゃん。
将来君と付き合う男に同情するね。
You drag me around.
ここまで好き勝手連れ回してくれたものだ。
Surprisingly, you won't be pitying
何か
him.
あったあーちゃん。
素直な感想を少し。
This is certainly a nice place. If he had come here to begin with, we wouldn't have.
初めからここに来れば歩き回る必要も
Oh, I don't think he know what Archer can do yet.
何言ってるのよ。確かに見晴らしはいいけど、ここからわかるのは街の前景だけじゃない。実際にその場に行かないと街の作りはわからないわ。
そうでもないな。アーチャーのクラスはだけではないぞ。急変
There we go.
がなければ務まらん。
そうなの？それじゃあここから家が見える？あーちゃん。
いや、さすがに隣町までは見えない。
I can't see it far from it, so there's a limit.
そこまでならタイルの数ぐらいは見ててもいい。
嘘。タイルって橋のタイル？
Tiles on the bridge, that is impressive. That's not just good. His eyesight could match the telescope you find on these rooftops.
びっくり。あーちゃんって本当にあーちゃんなんだ。
That's a weird way of saying it, but yeah.
まさかとは思うが、君、私をバカにしているんじゃないだろうな。
Well,
そ
never
んな
know.
わけないでしょ。
Me?
たださ、あなたってアーチャーって言われには弓使いっぽくないからつい勘違いしてただけ。
So there's like a specific design for Archer in her
そ
mind.
れは問題発言だ。帰ってから追求しよう。
Okay. It seems Archie has taken a liking to the view as he falls silent. He probably working out the town's layout. That's a lot to memorize, so just from overview, trying to remember everything. I can't interrupt while he is surveying the battlefield. I leave Archer's side and move to the edge of the building. And that's when she notices. So all I can see with my eyes is the light below this building, like the headlights of the cars in the street and the people going home after work. I can't tell you what kind of cars or what kind of people they are. I can see them but still not see them. Basically, because you can't see their face, but you can count how many people there is. Just like noticing someone is watching me before, but not being able to see them watching.
少なくとも神道を根城にしている奴が一人いる。
At the very least, there's one person that has his base in Shinto. I strain to my eyes and stare below me. There are 7 masters in all. I still don't know who the masters are or which servants they command. Right now, I assume all the masters are walking around town collecting information on other masters. That's her assumption. Suddenly, I feel someone's eye on me. There's no reaction from my commands now, so he's not a master. I just feel someone is eyeing someone's eyes on me.
下。
From below. Okay, that's. I look down. There are many people walking around on the road. Among them is a person. One person is looking up at me as if looking up at the moon. I can't tell for sure who it is. I can't tell for sure, but I still know who it is. It's surprising. Okay, so she don't know. Okay, so she can't tell it for sure, but she still know who it is. What's he doing at this kind of time?
敵を見つけたのか
No, not really. Archie calls out to me as if sensing my excitement. Excitement?
別にただの知り合い。私たちには関係のない一般人よ。
Nothing to do with her, apparently. I answer, unable to hide my irritation and leave the place where I was standing. There's no way he could have seen me from the ground. He must have been looking up at the building by coincidence. So it doesn't mean I was noticed. But still, I'm angry that I let him see me acting as a madness. Okay, she's kind of pissed off about it. By the time we get back to Miyama City, it's already past 9 o'clock. Unlike Shinto, Miyama City is an old residence district. No one walks around after 9, and the town goes as quiet as
こん
midnight.
なところね。街の作りは大体わかった？
ああ町のことならわかるあとはおいおい掴んでいくさ
Kind of easygoing.
なら今日はここまでね。私もまだ本調子じゃないし、家に戻って休みましょう。
Let's go home and rest. Okay. So that concludes that day. We climbed the road up the gentle hill, and there's someone walking in front of us.
速度
This is bad. I don't want her to. I don't want to see her right now. Okay, so is it gonna go and hide?
何を隠れてる
Okay, there we go.
黙って。あそこにいるの知り合いなのよ。
She is lying to Archer.
そうだし
As I speak, I look at the figure ahead of us on the road. On the road, there is a well-known first-year student and a foreigner I don't know. Gilgamesh, his pants look so lame. Anyway, they are talking about something. It looks so weird, honestly. It's like he has a shorter body and long legs. They are talking about something. No, it seems the foreigner is talking to Sakura against her wishes.
リ知り合いとは外国人の方か
No,
この辺りに妖怪が多いからど かよそから遊びに来てるんじゃない？
Oh damn, that's a fair assumption. I say that much, then scold myself for being too soft where that girl is involved. Archie. Okay.
あいつ人間？
Alright.
さあ実態はあるから人間なのだろう。少なくともサーバントではない。
Okay. It makes sense why. That's it.
マスターでもないしただの血は喧嘩か。
Okay. So that's the assumption. Still, I know she is not the kind of girl to get into trouble with a guy.
二人とも言ったな。女を最後は眠っている。男は
Well, he's heading this way. The bronchi just down the road we came up. Okay.
それじゃああなたはこれを使って。私はもう眠るけど何か質問はある？
It's like an interview. Do you have any questions left?
すぐに戦闘を仕掛けない君の判断は正しい。今夜は魔力の回復を行うべきだ。
Okay.
それじゃあ明日今朝の紅茶をよろしくね。
That's an order, by the way. Okay, he didn't say anything. Fatigue hits me hard once I walk into my room. Oh yeah.
眠る前にきれいに連絡しないと。
The annoying priest. He already getting ready to call the substitute legs. I don't really care about that, but he is my guardian, so I should at least do the right thing. I dial the number, and soon the fake priest will come.
きれい？私だけど昨日サーバントと契約したから正式にマスター登録お願い。
Okay. Long pause, a brief silence. Enough pressure to stress you out even over the phone.
いいだろ。ではどうする？一度こちらに顔を出さないか。君のご両親から預かっているものもある。
Oh damn. Oh, okay, I gotta skip that part.
英語のこと？それならもう解読して手に入れたからいいわ。それじゃ気が向いたらお邪魔するからよろしく。
Okay. Alright.
マスターになったのなら。
I think she just hung up on him. I hung up not hearing him out. Listening to his lecture while I'm tired won't help me to recover my magical energy. Right. All preparation are done. Now. All that's left is to sleep. Yeah, okay. When I wake up next, it should be a completely different morning. Well, let's hope so. 10 years ago, the Holy Grail War in which my father competed as a master and was defeated. Now I'm entering the same battle. Okay, so this is like glimpse of the past. Okay, 2/2. So this is like the next scene, I'm assuming, but I guess I'm waiting for now. Look at your explanation. Alright, I know I said I want to do like 1.5 more, but I think it's really like the best time to finish this off and start another one within this week. So within within the next Sunday, there should be 2 more videos coming out. So there should be 2 more hours of doing it instead of just one rushing in. And especially I'm a bit sleepy as well, so I don't want to absorb information when I can't even read properly. So hope you guys enjoyed that reaction, and it was pretty simple, right? So Archer was summoned, we got some information about Holy Grail, and then reality Archer was summoned with the last reaction, but he was getting to know the city, and we get to see a little bit of Archer's ability, and we could see a mystery person looking up at the map, and also there's a master who was actually watching Rain as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing who that all of those characters, I mean 2 characters are. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Archie don't remember much, and we could see the place where the previous battle happened, and that place is burned down right now. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm pretty sure Shiro was also living in the Japanese style of the old town, not in the new town. Then what the hell was he doing in the new town? Anyway, that's pretty much it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to like if you enjoyed the reaction. Let me set this to the data. So part 3 is complete now, and we'll do part 4, 5 later on. So yeah, I saved data. So don't forget to subscribe, guys. Also don't forget to press the bell symbol next to the subscribe button. I have caught up to the ongoing animes. As long as I don't fall behind anymore, there shouldn't be a problem uploading this regularly. And also Bleach is also I'm nearly completed, and Skate Dance is gonna be some time. It's got like 15 more episodes before I complete that. So it's gonna be like Skate Dance, Fate, Visual Novel, and Bleach. They all three gonna be amazing, excluding the ongoing anime. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of this part, and don't go. Actually, I can't go to this. But yeah, that's it from me, guys. Sorry if I'm talking randomly a bit slowly. That's it from me. Have a wonderful day or night, and see you guys with more videos.